Wait until I say go.
We really wanted to have events downtown to bring people together. And so that's the reason why we created the green space. We expanded the green space.
It's really nice. Not many small towns have a square like this. This is nice. It's nice and quaint.
It's just an amazing place to host family events and just bring the community together.
At the end of the day, every city's going to have electricity, water, sewer, but what makes you stand out against other cities, and that is, you know, the little things. Parks, squares, you know, atmosphere. Coming as a business owner, we want to run everything like a business and manage the numbers, manage expenses and revenues, but the other part of it is providing a quality of life.
A couple of years ago, we had some developers come in and they did a general analysis of the town to see it from a perspective outside of the city of Washington. What they noticed was that our meeting space downtown, to get more people out and to have more community events, that we really needed to open up that space. Prior to us doing these improvements up here, if you were on one side of the square, you couldn't really see what was going on the other side.
You know, we normally have an annual fireworks show. In the past, the trees was obstructing the fireworks show. So now people can sit anywhere and get a good view of the fireworks show.
We come through a bad economy, and then we come through some bad financial times. And I say we've gotten the ship turned around and we got it on the right course. Some hard decisions have been made, and we're financially strong, running efficient. You know, we've changed up a bunch of departments, invested in better equipment, changed production up, and financially wise, the city's in good shape.
So the sanitation department was one of those departments that we knew that we were losing money in. It was one of those things that we had a lot of employees, we had a lot of trucks operating, and it was costing us money, and we were losing money on that. With these new retrofitted beds that we put onto the Kubotas, now they can actually dump into it, because we also put an arm on the side, a side arm. So the side arm picks up, dumps it into the back, and they don't even have to get out of the vehicle to do that. So then for a little while they were still dumping into the garbage trucks, but since then we've actually added trash bins throughout town. And those trash bins stay locked during the day, but when they're out doing in certain areas of town and they're actually dumping into those, so the truck can actually be out on its route doing something other than just sitting there idling, wasting fuel. We did upgrades to both of our water plants about 5 years ago. We have the water plant on Skull Shoals Road and then the one on Aonia. And both of those are state-of-the-art plants now. The water that comes in from the Aonia plant comes from the lake, and it's actually above standards for what EPA and EPD regulations are. And when we took over operations back with the city of Washington, it saved us a lot of money, number one, but we also kept those same standards. We wanted to keep the water quality where it was when OMI was operating. And we've been able to do that because we've had the same staff that was employed with OMIs. So the mechanic shop was one of those things that we felt like would save the city a lot of money. We are able to do all of our maintenance in-house, so we've cut out the middleman.
We have a maintenance guy on staff, who is Randy Palmer, and this is where they're gonna work on all the city vehicles, which, you know, in the past we've been going to different shops. This right here saves the city a lot of money because we can do all our maintenance work in-house.
Our fleet is being maintained the way that it should be.
You have a problem with your streets, you call Bobby Mills and they know who you are. We'll take care of you. And that's what makes us special.
I was in charge of the contractor that did the sidewalk work, but it was a great improvement to that area. You know, in the past that sidewalk was busted up, kind of like a eyesore for the city.
We also did the streetscapes on, which was through a grant, right in front of the BARNETT house. Prior to this grant and doing these improvements, there was no sidewalk whatsoever. So we were able to put in sidewalk, put in trees and shrubs and everything to just make it look nice. For the Washington Fire Department, the building that they were residing in used to be a furniture store. It was over 50 years old and was not made to be a fire department, a fire station. With this facility, not only are we going to have great living space for our current firemen, but we're hoping that in the future there will be room to grow. And so we'll have plenty of space for that. It's also got a meeting space in the front, and it's got a lot of training rooms and all upstairs and downstairs that will give them the capabilities of training in-house. It's going to be state-of-the-art, and we've done, a really good job as far as keeping it under budget and trying to keep the price down for that facility.
And so what we're going to do is walk over here and think about when they drove up, what would they have, horses and wagons? And
so Callaway Plantation and the museum are both being utilized for educational purposes with schools, local schools, but all over. I mean, they come from as far as Atlanta to the Callaway Plantation.
First of all, look at the rooms downstairs.
So depending on whatever the school system's working on, they try to work it in with their education, with what they're actually working on in school. So they set up different programs based on the kids and who's coming. And in the museum, it's just so much history there. Stephanie does a great job interpreting. They get an experience of every period of time in Washington when they go to the historical museum. They can really get a feel for how the city has progressed and the Wilkes County has progressed over the years.
This is a chance to showcase our city. I mean, rural America struggles. It doesn't matter what state you're in, rural America struggles. We're able to fund fire departments and parks and recs, and so I just feel like, we're better off.
Coming from Atlanta, we are looking, sort of deliberately seeking a little bit of a quieter pace, of a more peaceful atmosphere, and we definitely think we found that here.
We love the charm, we love the people. It was almost like Georgia's best kept secret to us.